sounds good.
All right. All right, cool. So I'm going to play a little music here, and then I'm going to introduce you like a rock star, and then we're going to go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Cool, cool. All right, here we go. Hello and welcome to Morning Fuel. I'm your host, John Bundy, and you are here because you believe in the power of the spoken word and its ability to change lives, and that by sharing our stories, we can help others to overcome challenges that they cannot overcome on their own. Whether it's a victory you need to win in business or in your own personal life, you understand that answers can be found in listening to others who are willing to share their stories, knowing that their story ultimately doesn't belong to them. All right, today's guest is a paragon of entrepreneurial spirit and community engagement. Imagine starting a journey with a simple idea, a mobile detailing service, and nurturing it into a thriving enterprise that stands as a pillar of excellence in the Hampton Roads area. This is the story of the founder of Meadows Concepts LLC, launched in 2012. Her business has not just grown, it has transformed, setting the gold standard for cleaning services in both residential and commercial sectors, and employing the finest cleaning staff in the region. Her journey doesn't end with business success. It's interwoven with deep commitment to her community. Her involvement in various local initiatives demonstrates her dedication to making a tangible impact, particularly in supporting causes that aid those in dire need. Her approach to entrepreneurship is fueled by a passion not only to succeed in business, but to contribute positively to the lives of others. Her enterprise, Meadows Concepts, stands as a testament to what determination, hard work, and a heart for service can achieve. She embodies the true essence of a leader who uses her platform not just for business growth, but as a force for good in her community. Please help me in extending a warm Morning Fuel podcast welcome to the entrepreneur who blends business acumen with a philanthropic spirit, the founder of Meadows Concepts LLC, Stephanie Young.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. Doing great. Doing great. We're both having like a super fantastic day, aren't we?
Yeah, it's an interesting morning, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, fabulous. Ghetto fabulous this morning.
Ghetto I love that. Ghetto fabulous.
Ghetto fab, yeah. But I'm always super fantastic. I have to be. You know, we got a lot of difficult things that we deal with as business owners, and if we don't check our own attitude, people gonna get hurt.
Amen
right?
to that.
Somebody's gonna get hurt.
Put the gloves on.
And it's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me. I might pay for it later though. But anyways, really great to meet you. I've been looking forward to
Nice
this.
to meet you too.
I was a little sad when the first postponement, because we were gonna do this earlier,
I know.
and I was like, oh man, okay, cool. We'll get it back on the calendar. But
We were determined to go ahead and do it. It's
Yeah.
like, even though everything was trying to stop it,
yeah, cool.
just like
Well,
everything else, we're not letting it
right.
stop.
Well, it's good to be here. Glad to see you're enjoying your breakfast. That's great.
Yes, good morning.
And
It's definitely one of those days. Cheers.
I had mine. I had my bulletproof coffee this morning, and that wasn't enough, so I got me a sugar-free Red Bull. So we're working on it. We're working on it.
Chain this morning.
Yeah. Well, it's great to be here. So, I don't know about you, but you have kids, right?
I do.
Are you
I have 3.
boys and girls?
I have 2 boys and a girl.
Okay, I've got 2 girls, and we were always into superheroes growing up, right? So, so origin stories, those were always my favorite episodes. How Peter Parker became Spider-Man, that kind of thing, So origin story for Stephanie Young. Before Meadows Concepts, what were you doing, and then how did it happen?
Meadows Concepts evolved from me actually leasing apartments. So I was leasing apartments for a couple years, and the people that were supposed to be cleaning wouldn't show up to clean their apartments. And I went in there one day. I was like, look, I'm not going to lose my commission. I worked too hard for this. I want my money. So I would start cleaning the apartments. And then I ended up, keeping extra clothes there because I just knew these people weren't going to show up, and there was no way losing my money. So eventually I asked them, could I start my own business and just have my own cleaning crew in there to do it, which only ended up being me. So eventually I just ended up doing my own thing and went and sought out other apartments and houses and just knocking on doors. And I cleaned it by myself for the first 45 to 50 days until I hired my first employee, which was my ex-sister-in-law. And then we just started to build from there. So every
It was a business built out of necessity. I want my money.
I want my money.
I don't want to lose
Yeah, I worked
this.
too hard for
Yeah,
this. So
yeah,
I know when I've been out there working,
yeah. Sure.
yeah.
Wow. Cool. Cool. So that was 2012, pre
hmm
2012. Okay.
Actually, that was 20. Yeah, it was around 2012.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Thank God for ChatGPT because I wouldn't remember that date myself either. Anyways. Yeah. So then it's not just a cleaning company now.
No.
So since 2012 to 2024, what happened?
Well, when I was out there, cleaning, people would ask me, do you have contractors that could do this, do that, such as like decks, roofs, painting? It started with painting.
Right.
And then I would reach out to the community of other people I had relationships with established already, and they would work with me and join the
Gotcha.
team. So
Yeah,
we've been working together
again,
with
it
people
goes
for
to look, I'm
years.
out here working really hard, and I'm not
Yep.
going to leave anything on the table.
Absolutely.
Same with me, right? So I'm a contractor in a different sense because everything I do is digital.
Right.
So, but if somebody comes to me and there's something that I can't do, but it touches my field, I'm going to find somebody
I'm
to
going
do
to
it
find
for
it.
them.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I can do that
I'm
for
going
you.
to get
And
it
find
done.
the person. Absolutely. Very, very good. Well, so you got any like stories for us of like, I don't know, something happened just kind of miraculous where it could have been a bad situation but turned out to be good, like a job where a client or customer was just like over the top excited about the work that was done. Yeah, any stories like that over the years?
We've had several of those that
Sure.
just
It's
ended
hard to
up
pick
turning
one,
into
but
long-term
maybe a funny one.
clients.
You got
Oh,
any
I
funny
got-
stories?
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
you
got a
got
few.
funny
I mean,
stories.
we've had some mishaps too. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
sure.
lie.
Yeah.
We've had some mishaps that ended up being, have a contractor come in that just didn't have it all
Sure,
together,
sure,
and
sure.
then I'm not gonna take the brunt for that.
Oh,
So
sure.
reach back out to the community, and have had people come in to save the day, and we ended up having a long-standing relationship and built a good
So
relationship.
something that could have been bad, but
Oh,
then it
could have
turned out
definitely
really
been
good.
bad.
Okay, so that's pretty much
Definitely.
so we like those stories. We enjoy, we all do. We love watching movies where there's something happens, there's an underdog,
Yeah.
that person overcomes, and
Because
that
you're always trying to help people too.
Yeah.
Like when business owners, people reach out to us a lot for many different things. They want help. They don't have their license. They could have just fell on hard times.
yeah,
And we just like to try to help other people out.
right,
And sometimes it could potentially be costly,
sure.
but we do know how to recover
Well,
ourselves.
we've received that same hand up, in the past, right?
Yeah.
So it's great to be able
Yes,
to
that's
return
true.
that. Now, one of the things that we like to hear most are those underdog stories, those things where people overcame a challenge. We like to call it the what the fail, so the WTF. And so, can you talk to us perhaps about another, kind of like moment where it was like an ultimate face plant, or you ran into a mountain, and you either went over it, around it, under it, got
Gosh,
through
I
it.
really can't pinpoint one. I mean, just off the top of my head, there's been honestly so many over the years.
Sure.
I mean, I've been in business a long time, so I can't
No,
pinpoint
nothing
one
that
right
kind
off
of
the top.
stands
No,
out.
not that really
No?
stands
I
out.
got
No.
you. I got you.
I've been pretty
But
blessed for the
but
most
you've
part.
had them.
Oh, I've had them.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah,
Right,
I've landed
yeah.
in the dirt a couple times.
Yeah, we have too. We have too. Morning Fuel, and I've mentioned this on other episodes as well. But the concept for Morning Fuel podcast came out of a time where I had lost 2 jobs. I was working at the shipyard. I was working at a restaurant. Lost them both within the span of 2 weeks, and then couldn't get a job
Yeah.
after that. And I wound up going kind of in this depression and anxiety spiral, imagining my family homeless. And then I couldn't snap out of it. But after a period of time, thankfully my family loved me, and after a period of time, I through a lot of prayer, developed a morning routine that helped me to come out of that, and then
Right.
stronger on the other side of it. So that's where that morning fuel
I
comes
definitely
from.
believe in the power of prayer. Though I mean, because
Yeah.
I have been through divorce while owning the business,
Sure.
where
Difficulty that could have
Oh.
taken you out.
100%
Yeah.
could have taken me out,
Mhm.
and I had to. Boy, yeah, there was some challenges there
Sure.
to overcome to
Sure.
get where I'm at.
Absolutely.
For
You know,
sure.
and there are other folks that, and we tend to feel alone in those moments. So there are other folks out there that get to hear your story and go, wow, Stephanie got through it and she's doing pretty good on
Raising
the other
3 kids
side.
by
Yeah.
myself, and definitely challenges with
Yeah,
that.
definitely. I got you. I got you. Yeah. Yep. I got you. What would you say? Now you mentioned prayer earlier, and I'm a man of faith. I love Jesus. And what would you say has been your morning fuel when you get up in the morning and it's hard? You're done. You're like no energy left, but you got to get up and you got to work. What is it that kind of gets you up and powers you through the day?
I mean, honestly, it's the kids, because I don't want the kids to ever see me quit anything. So the kids, they're watching everything I do. And I'm 100% sure that's why they're doing so good in their lives right now, is just watching the struggles that I've overcome. And no matter how hard, they've seen me cry, they've seen me, you know, I'm getting emotional.
They've heard you
And I'm getting
cuss.
emotional right now.
No,
They've
it's
heard me
okay.
cuss, scream,
Sure.
and just keep going because I had to. I had kids I had to support, and I wanted more for myself. And of course, I've got retirement to think about. I'm 50 years old now. So now it's like I got to show the kids, keep that fight in them, and then my own retirement. That's not far around the corner.
Sure.
Not that I'm ever going to totally retire, but
Right.
I've got to think of my means and
Yeah, us
what I'm going to do
hustlers,
for the rest of life.
hustlers don't
We
retire.
don't, yeah.
No, we
don't.
just burst
just
into
find
flames
something
at
new.
the end. Yeah. Wow. So no, that's definitely something that was another thing that was on my mind too. So I have two girls, and a 26-year-old and a 19-year-old, and
Okay.
I remember the times where I felt like giving up and I didn't because I thought of them. But what happens?
And you want to sometimes.
Sure.
There's many. I don't think people understand as a business owner how many sleepless nights you have because you have other people that are depending upon you for food on their table
That's
and
right.
to feed their own family. So people don't understand what goes into it. And
Right.
then you have people that'll come, as friends. Hey, can I get a job? And then you don't do everything to cater to them, and they don't quite understand this is a
Right.
business.
Yeah.
Like that relationship is aside from this. This is
Right.
business. So I don't think a lot of people really understand what we go through.
Right.
Making sure the money's there. I mean, how many times have we chased money from people that I'm going through that right now,
Do a crap ton of work and then
Hey, I'm not going
somebody
to pay
doesn't
you.
wanna
Then
pay
you
you.
got to go to court. You go
Yeah.
through all the litigations, and it's a lot
Something
to be a
else.
business owner. But
It
then
is.
you also have the rewarding part that you're able to help these people, and you're doing something good in the community,
Right.
and you're taking care of other people's needs, and that's a great
And part of the
feeling.
reward you touched on earlier is our kids are watching us.
kids.
And when we don't give up, they see okay, this is how we roll. We
Yes.
don't give up when there's a challenge.
You
and
do
and you
not.
can cry and you can pitch a fit, get back up, dust your knees off,
That's what I
and
always
then
tell 'em.
just go. And then just go. And yeah, so thankfully my girls are seeing so my wife and I we're just past halftime. So
Okay.
we're going to be 53 this year. And
Oh, yay.
at my wife's 50th birthday party, I told her, I said, it's halftime, baby. We're going to take everything we learned in the first 50 years of our life and apply it to the second 50, and we're going to live like kings and queens.
And enjoy it, yeah.
And our daughters are seeing us going after our dreams, even in our old age. and
Did you hate it when
they
they say
are
that?
they're kind of like looking around, going, "Oh, well, I better go after mine too."
This is what
You
that
know,
hard
so-
work does. My kids are seeing it too. As a single mom, that meant a lot to me.
Sure.
That, raising 3 kids, they see that, yeah, I've had a lot of sleepless nights. Yes, I mean, the kids have been with me at work before. I've worked 7 days a week before to
Yep.
get to the point to where I'm able to vacation. I have a wonderful assistant that's been with me for 9 years, so she's able to handle things while I'm gone, and we have a great rapport. And the kids see all of that, and I want them to
Yeah.
understand that if you work hard, you can definitely play hard.
That's right. That's right. Fantastic. So, before I ask my last question, how can folks reach out to you? How can folks start a relationship with Meadows Concepts? And then there's another business venture that's
There
kind of, you're wearing a
is.
T-shirt right now that kind of speaks to that. What is
Fat
that?
Belly Smack Your Mama sauce.
Smack your mama. Smack your mama. So it's a barbecue sauce.
It's actually a cooking line. So it
Okay.
derived from a barbecue sauce.
Okay.
And then I went on to making many other sauces.
Okay.
So they're actually a cooking line, and I market it that way because you can do a little bit of everything with
Oh,
it. It's
sure.
multi-purpose.
Well, that's cool. All right, cool. Gonna have to check that out. Try that out.
That's good. Local Harris Teeter, Amazon, Games Farmers Market, Ace Hardware. So
Wow.
it's located a lot of
Okay.
different
Yeah. Keep your
places.
eyes open. Walk around. You see a bottle of that sauce, buy it.
Get smacked.
That's right. Get smacked. Don't smack your mama. Get. Don't smack your mama.
Please
Do
don't
not
smack
follow
your
the
mama.
instructions on this bottle.
Just in the taste buds.
Kids, do not try this at home. Do not try this at home. Very cool. So folks can reach out to you. How best can people get connected?
So if you want to
with
reach me at Meadows Concepts, you go to www.meadowsconcepts.com, or you can call the office 9 to 5, Monday through Friday at 757-813-4091 and ask to speak to Ann or leave a message. Or on our website, it's also interactive, so they can leave a message there as well.
Now, folks are able to buy your sauce on the website as well. Is that
Yes,
is that a different
they
thing?
can.
Okay.
That's
Prefer that over Amazon, because they just come
Yes.
straight to you.
Yes,
So
come
buy
straight
them
to me,
off
of
the
course.
website.
Local.
Forget Amazon.
Yes.
Come on, man. You don't want sauce that's been like to China and back. So, anyways,
Just
yeah.
reach out to me.
Right. Okay, and that's Smack Yo Mama barbecue sauce or Fat Bellies?
www.smackyourmama.com.
No, it isn't.
It is.
You got that?
Smack
That's
your
amazing.
mama.
Were you surprised when you looked
Yeah.
that up and it was available?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm buying
I
that.
bet. Yeah, come on. Well,
I
very
want
cool.
it.
All right, last question.
That's what you said a minute ago. John.
Stephanie. Well, I said before I asked my last question, this is the last question. So, Stephanie of Meadows Concepts, what do you need as a business owner, as a single mom, momtrepreneur?
I like
You got
that,
multiple.
momtrepreneur.
Hey, I'll go momtrepreneur.com.
I'm gonna get
I
a
got
shirt
it. I
made
just
with
bought
that.
it. Momtrepreneur. I just make that up. No, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
sure
do.
I
That's
saw
gonna
it
be a
before.
shirt, though. You're gonna
Very
see it.
cool. Yeah, you will. Yeah, you will. So business owner, serial entrepreneur. I know you are. You come up with a new idea and you make a business around it. You run into something that you look. I need this. No one's doing this. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
my
you're
life.
that type of person,
Yes.
right? So kids looking at you, going, "Mom's crushing it. She's out there. She's crushing it," and you've got fans out there that are following you and all that kind of stuff.
Super
you got
blessed.
these businesses you're running, unbelievably blessed, and sometimes it feels like, wow, what do you need most right now? Like if you could say, the one thing that you need, you could think of, I need this right now. What would that be?
In terms of what?
In terms of, you just had a thought, I really need blank right now. Like the thing that I need the most. If I thought about one, I was only permitted one thing. I had a genie bottle, one wish.
It can't be one thing.
What one thing do you need most right now?
Shark Tank. I just auditioned for Shark Tank, and that's
Did
what I
you?
need. I need the sharks. Yes.
Okay.
That's
for
the
the
one
sauce
wish.
or
Yes, for the sauce.
what? Wow.
I have contracts all over the East Coast I haven't fulfilled yet.
Okay.
So if that was my one wish right now, that would be
Okay.
it.
Okay. You got your pitch down?
I did get my pitch down.
Okay. Do you want to practice it sometimes?
Sometimes I just rolled up in there that day and said,
Oh, you actually
I
did
actually
it.
auditioned,
You
last
auditioned.
Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
it
when
was
do you
pretty
find out
cool.
whether you're on or not?
We don't know. It could be a couple of weeks. We're not really sure. They don't give you a lot of information.
All right.
so.
Who now I know they occasionally rotate out some of
Lori. I can just tell you straight up. I've had dreams about her. Lori.
Okay.
I want to work with Lori.
Okay.
She would be a dream come true for
That's
me.
a fun show to watch, and please let us know ahead of time
I
so
watch
we
it
get.
every night. I'll cry sometimes. Please.
Wow. All right.
Telepathy.
Well, look, sister. I mean, we have a God that cares for us. He's very creative.
Amen.
He created us to be creative, and it says in His word that He will supply your every need according to His riches and glory in Christ
Amen.
Jesus. Okay. He also says those that delight themselves in Him, He will give the desires of their heart. So you keep crying watching
That
your
is
Shark
my
Tank.
desires. I'm
Okay.
telling you. So in 2005, this is interesting. In 2005, let's see, my youngest son was a year old, and I woke up. I was working at Wells Fargo Advisors. I was a financial assistant to an advisor.
What haven't you done?
I've done a lot. I mean, I have several certifications and degrees. So I woke up and I know it was God. There's no other reason for it. And I had this whole menu down because a dream of mine has always been to own a little diner. So I had this whole dream with a menu. I got up, called my mom, wrote this whole menu down that I have in a white binder to this day with what it looked like, signage, menu, everything. So when it came about for Fat Bellies, when I created the sauce, and which was years ago, and then this girl started buying it when I did this Facebook post. I was like, I got to come up with a name with it. And then I was like, well, it's got to be Fat Bellies. It came to me in a dream.
Okay.
So it came into fruition. It hasn't fully come into fruition, but I feel like it's on its way.
Nice.
I'm a firm believer
Well, we
in that.
cannot wait to see that happen. So very cool.
Yeah.
You got some new fans. And Stephanie Meadows, wonderful to meet you. Thanks
too.
for sharing
Thank you,
your
John.
story. And we'll have to get you on when we launch that Morning Fuel Unfiltered.
Yes,
And
I'm
we'll have a
excited.
little bit more fun and get the extended version of some of your
Yes,
stories.
that'd be great.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
You're very
Thank
welcome.
you for having
Thank
me.
you. You're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome.